All right, how are we tonight? Yeah, eBay lost its mind or something tonight. I think everybody who's been impacted by this, I already have reached out to and let you know what's going on, but for some reason, eBay isn't allowing me to do any invoicing tonight of any kind. Anytime I try to hit send invoice directly from the listing or from the overview page or even from the confirm sale page, it's just coming up giving me error messages. So those of you that has impacted, I have already reached out to you by way of eBay messages, and we've discussed our resolution about that. So I think we should all be on the same page in that regard. So apologies, guys, for that. Not ideal for either one of us, but after the break ends tonight, I'll go in and get you squared away, and then I'll file a support ticket with eBay, I guess, and figure out what in the heck they've got going on. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and go over our information so we can get rolling on into our break tonight. So my feedback is set to be automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get the same in return. So that way you don't ever have to wait on me, which is a little bit of a win-win, right? And then, of course, the other thing there is to say thank you. Always appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. We are taking a look next at what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, we're going to be doing the back half of a case of Donruss Baseball. And on Friday, that is the new release date for Inception Baseball. We will be breaking that by the full case. On Saturday, we're going to break a half case of Heritage Baseball. That is the back half of a case as well. Sunday night will be an off night. Monday night, we're going to break another case of Inception Baseball. And I kind of, if I had thought about it, I probably would have flip-flopped that. We would have broken football on Monday. Maybe that's a lot of baseball right in a row. But I don't know. I guess, messed that up. So we'll get back and do some football probably on Tuesday or Wednesday or maybe both of next week. So in regard to tonight's break, there's a few things that you need to know. The first one is that I'm anticipating this should be out the door and on the way to you no later than Monday. I would like to get it out sooner. I hope that I can. I made a lot of progress today with shipping, so it's entirely possible. But because I can't guarantee it, I'm going to leave it set for Monday and hope that I can actually get it out the door to you a little bit sooner than that. I'm assuming everybody saw in the listing description how this is going to work tonight. Spots are sold by the first letter of the last name. So if we pull, for instance, Joe Burrow, it would go to the B's and so on and so forth. These boxes have the hits, which is the autographs, 3 per box. They are packaged separately from the base cards. So we're going to break all the packs that have the autographs in them. We do not break the base packs. The base packs will be divvied up in each I started to say team, but it's not really team. Each bidding position tonight, I should say, is going to get a handful of sealed, unopened base packs sent out to you, and then you'll be able to open them at your leisure when they get to your house. So how about that? So this is a 20-box case of 2020 Leaf Draft Football Premium Hobby Blaster case break number 1. And of course, it ended tonight on eBay the same night we're breaking it, which is Wednesday night, the 18th of March. And once again, spot sold by first letter of the last name. So you'll see that's how it's listed here. There are a couple that were combined, H and I, N and O, P and Q, T, U and V, and X, Y, and Z. So that's how that's going to roll. And of course, if it were to be that somebody didn't pull a card with an autograph on it, you are, of course, still going to get the package that would have your sealed base packs in it. So no matter what, everybody is going to get a package. That's the good news. Hopefully out of 60 hits, everybody's going to hit something too, but that's how it's going to work. Let me, I don't think I got that quite right. Let me tweak that one more little bit. So yes, your background did just get blurry there. That was intentional. That is, well, because I don't like all that zooming in and out. So this way we can still see our stuff up really close and personal without having all the zooming in and out. Nelson's here. Hey, Nelson. You said they pushed back Panini draft picks. You're very upset. Listen, they pushed back a lot of stuff, Nelson. and they'll probably be pushing back more stuff, I would imagine. They generally send out calendars on Friday, and last Friday they had several things that got pushed back, and then we may see more this Friday. I haven't even honestly had time to absorb all the stuff that was on last week's calendar, but I do know several things shifted, most of it by a week or two. But I would not be entirely surprised if both Topps and Panini don't start pushing a lot more stuff back, honestly, just with the state of the way things are right now. Of course, if it impacts their workforce or their delivery chain, you know, whatever it takes to get the product out to the stores and to the breakers and whatever. I mean, I'm not going to be entirely surprised if they don't end up moving other stuff back, but I don't know. Unknown Chef, yes, this is our Leaf. Now, this is, it's not regular Leaf Metal Draft. This is called Leaf Draft Football, and again, it is the Ultimate, what did I say it's called? Not Ultimate, well, I've forgotten now, the whatever hobby box. Why did I just forget the name of what the heck the product is called? Because my mind's going in 100 different directions. Premium, the premium one. All right, so once again, our autographs are packaged separately, so those are all coming out. The packs themselves, they're going to stay in those boxes, and then when I ship out, of course, I'm going to send out a quantity of sealed packs to each team. So everybody's getting that, no matter whether you end up hitting anything else or not. You are for sure going to be getting those sealed packs cards, because there's nothing but base in them. There's no sense in us opening all those up. That would just be kind of, you know, repetitive and wouldn't show us much. So that's why we only break the hits in here, and we've got 60 hits to look at as well. So that's gonna be fun. I believe it said Leaf Draft Football. I mean, I guess technically it's called Leaf Metal Draft, but Leaf Metal Draft is a separate product that comes out later, so I don't really think that I called it that. I don't think that I did, but maybe I did. I will just look for you right now if you hang on a second. I will pull it up and tell you exactly what the title says. I called it what my distributor told me it was called, so I said Leaf Draft Football is what it says. It does not have the word metal in it. It says Leaf Draft Football in my title. So again, I just go by what my distributor calls it. Leaf Metal Draft is another product as well. It's very similar to this product, but it is all hobby. And that comes out, I think, in about a week. They moved the date on that as well, but I think it's scheduled maybe for around the 26th or something, the one that is technically called Leaf Metal Draft. It's largely the same checklist, but this product just comes out first. So you can do with that what you will, but that's, I mean, the checklist, it may vary a little bit, but there's not a huge variation, generally speaking, between Leaf Metal Draft and Leaf Draft, in my past experience anyway. You're looking for some Jacob Eason autographs? All right, well, we will do our best to see what we can come up with for that. You know, Leaf generally does a pretty good job of getting some of the higher profile players and a lot of the offensive, the skill positions as they're sometimes called. They do a really good job of getting those guys in these early products. So usually, not always, but you can usually find some guys that are harder to hit, maybe in Panini products. You can find them a little easier a lot of times in Leaf. You said these cases usually have at least one of every top prospect. Yeah, I mean, it just depends. Again, Metal Draft is a slightly different configuration, obviously, than this is just plain Leaf Draft. I know it's Silly, but that's how Leaf names them. One they call Metal Draft, the other one they just call Leaf Draft. But yeah, we do generally find some good names in Leaf products in general, because they don't do huge print runs, and as such, and I think they hand collate a lot of their stuff. In fact, I know they hand collate a lot of their stuff, maybe even all of their stuff, because it's, as you can see, it's already in there with sleeves and top loaders and all that kind of stuff. And in the instance of this, even packaged separately from the base packs. So I think they spend some time kind of deciding who goes where, you know what I mean? So that it evens up or whatever. Nelson, I have not looked at this exact every player on here, other than I did a quick once over to look at the letters. I printed that out and I looked at it 4 or 5 days ago. So again, to make sure that if there was a letter that didn't have something, that it was put with a letter that did have something, you know, hence like the TUV kind of deal. Because if I left a letter out entirely, then you get people that send messages and go, hey, there's no U or there's no V. And so rather than explaining a whole bunch of times, well, there's nobody with the last name V in the product or whatever the case might be, it's easier just to list the letter and combine it with another letter where you know there are hits, if that makes sense. So I did look at the checklist for that purpose about 5 days ago or a week ago, but truthfully, I don't remember who all was on it. But I think Tua is part of their signing group. Joe Burrow is definitely part of their signing group. I think I would say many, anyway, of the top products probably, top prospects are in the product, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, all right, now at least we got all of our hits out of here. And they are already, as I mentioned, in sleeves and top loaders. So that makes our life really easy, doesn't it? And we can just kind of roll through them once I get them extracted from their team bags. We'll start taking a look at who we've got. So here's a W right off the bat with Kayvon Wallace. Next up is an M, Laurel Murchison. You know I'm going to butcher most of these names. CJ Henderson is going to the H bidding spot. And, of course, one of the main differences of this and Leaf Metal Draft, other than just the name of the product, is most of the stuff in Leaf Metal Draft, you know, is generally numbered, and there are some parallels and things. These generally, the parallels are the gold ones that we've seen a couple of. And this one is the L for Leak. Here is another L for Lewerk. Is that how you say that? Or Lewerk. A J for Justin Jefferson. Nelson said, did you see Justin Herbert in the back of a pack? Just kidding. I don't know. I didn't look at him as I was taking him out because I kind of wanted to be surprised too. David Woodward, that is the W. Aaron Fuller for the F. Colin Johnson heads to the J's. Yeah, I don't know how anybody would have Metal Draft yet for this year because it hasn't even been released yet. So if somebody's already got Metal Draft for this year, I don't know how quite they got it. Now there's Ultimate Draft. Leaf Ultimate Draft has already come out, but Leaf Metal Draft hasn't been released yet this year. This is Cushionberry for the C's. And then you have Jacob Nip for the K's. Curtis Weaver for the W. I'm pretty sure the last date I saw from Leaf said the 26th for Leaf Metal, but they are also prone to changing their stuff often and sometimes with little to no notice. I mean, I've known them to not announce until what's supposed to be the day of release before, oh yeah, we moved that. Chris Rowland for the R. Josh, is that Yuchi? Anyway, it's for the U's. Jonathan Taylor for the T. Yeah, Leaf Ultimate is a totally other thing, for sure. Leaf Ultimate is, I have some Leaf Ultimate. We haven't broken it yet, but I do have some. It'll probably be as a player break. Leaf Ultimate is a much higher price point than Leaf Draft. This is the lowest price point of the Leaf products that they put out all year, really, for football. Ross Blacklock for the Bees. And this is Wanago. I'm butchering all of these names. I know I am. I'm sorry. Wanago. Anyway, it's a W. And then we have Nate Stanley for the S. So for sure, there's a difference in, again, Leaf Ultimate, Leaf Metal Draft. All those products have more parallels. They are numbered. The cards are different card stock. I mean, they're different products for sure. Stephen Sullivan with the S. Colby Parkinson for the P's. Antonio Gandy Golden for the G's. You said Leaf has too much, I'll say, stuff. Yeah, they do put out a lot of stuff. It's easier when it comes out after the draft has taken place. And sometimes that's why I don't break the stuff like Ultimate and whatever. I don't always break it ahead of the draft because I don't like to always do it by first letter of last name. And I don't always like to do player breaks either. This is Jake Luton, Luton. So to the L's, there's Murchison, who I believe we saw earlier. That's for the M's. Next up is Benjamin for the B's. Nelson, you said I've only had 3 hits for you so far, that I've got to step it up. All right, man. We'll see if we can't get the mojo to step it up for you. Remind me again. Help me, Nelson. What are your letters again? This is the C for Nick Coe. Jake Breland for the B. That's nice. And here's a nice one. Jerry Judy for the J's. That should be an easy first round guy. That will be, I expect, pretty good at the next level. Well, I guess it would help if I opened that team bag from the right proper side, wouldn't it? It might. It might indeed. Xavier Jones. That's for the J. DJ Dallas for the D's. J.K. Dobbins for the D's. That's not bad either. Unknown Chef, we haven't hit any for you yet. Tell me again what your letter is, too. Let's try and get the mojo fired up for you as well here. This one is for the O's. It is Osborne, KJ Osborne. Shaquille Quarterman for the Q's. Isaiah Simmons goes to the S. Then we have another L, Benny LeMay. Lucas Nang, for the N's. I don't know where Nance came from. Patrick Taylor for the T's. You've got H and J, Nelson, and Unknown Chef, you've got E. All right, so H, J, and E. We've got to get some mojo going. I've got to get these team bags out of my way because they're getting all staticky and trying to slide over and stick to me. Malcolm Perry, that goes to the P. Xavier Jones for the J. And this is Kareem for the K's. Oh, all that is trying to stick to me. This is the E's. Darrington Evans. Jacob Phillips for the P. Jalen Rieger for the R. Come on out of here now. Kendrick Rogers for the R's. Xavier Jones for the J's. DeAndre Swift for the S. That's not bad either. So I guess everybody saw that Nick Foles, after signing that huge deal with the Jags last year, is on the move, headed to the Chicago Bears. So I don't know if that's kind of to be interpreted as a vote of no confidence in Trubisky, and they expect Foles to start, or if they just want him to be there to back up Trubisky. I don't know. This is Duggar for the D's. Wallace for the W's. Shea Patterson, that is the P. Hey, Gina. How are you, Gina? This one is Gallmore, Neville Gallmore for the G's. Tyler Biadzi, sure I butchered that, but it's for the B's. Colin Johnson for the J's. This is Darrington Evans. I think that's the second time we've seen him, isn't it? I think it is, and that's for the E's. Kayvon Wallace for the W's. There's Raekwon Davis for the D's. Gina, you're sick of your house, isn't everybody? I know, right? It's like, Trey Adams for the A's. Jared Maiden for the M's. Khalil Tate for the T. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been quarantined, confined to my home or anything like that. But, of course, with the way things are, they're just kind of telling everybody stay home if you can. So I'm going out as infrequently as possible, primarily if I need to get stuff for my parents who are elderly and are in two different households. Woodward for the W's, or like today, they skipped my postal pickup, so I had to go to the post office today. Aaron Fuller with the F. And there is Khalid Kareem for the K's. All right, so we will do a quick little recap of this, but I won't read off all the names again because that would be just basically like doing the break again, but we will do another little spin through of them. As a reminder, everybody, no matter whether you got cards out of these stacks or not, you are still going to get a package, and it's going to have a chunk of those unopened base packs in it for you. So this is the only product that we do that way because the hits are packaged separately in Leaf Draft Football. Every other product that Leaf puts out for football is all hits with no base. This is the only product that has base with it. So, all right. So I guess I could read them off. Kareem, Woodward, Tate, Maiden, Adams, Davis, Wallace, Evans, Johnson, Biazzi, Gallmore, Patterson, Wallace, Duggar, and Swift. Fuller, Jones, Judy, Breland, Coe, Benjamin, Murchison, Luton, Gandy Golden, Parkinson, Sullivan, Stanley, Wango, or something like that. I know I butchered that. Blacklock. Yeah, Nelson, I mean, the Leaf marketing material says that they have players from the hobby selection in here. So, I mean, again, there's overlap in all these products. So, you just have to kind of follow through the Leaf info. But the Leaf info, which I think I posted it at the bottom of the listing anyway. It says that they have players from what they call their hobby selection in this. There's another version of this product that isn't called the premium hobby version that does not have the players from the hobby checklist, but this is the premium version, hence the Judy and stuff like that. Taylor, Uchi, Roland, Weaver, Nip, Cushenberry, Johnson, Fuller, Woodward, Jefferson, LeWerk, Leak, Henderson, Murchison, and Wallace. I mean, we break this every year as well. I mean, we break all the Leaf football, and we break this product every year too. So there is definitely some crossover. Xavier Jones for the Jays. Rogers, that one was Rigor, Phillips, Evans, Kareem, Jones, Perry, Taylor, Nying, LeMay, Simmons, Quarterman, Osborne, Dobbins, and Dallas. So that is what we are looking for there. Well, these are the hot. Okay, so again, guys, as it said in the description and in the listing itself, this is Leaf Draft Football Premium Hobby Blasters. That is what this product is called. Leaf Draft Football Hobby Premium Blasters. So Leaf is the one who names their stuff, not me. So I am listing it by the way that it is named. There is another version of this that is just called Leaf Draft Football that does not say Hobby Premium, that does not have any of the hobby players in it. That is not what we broke, obviously. That is a purely retail version. This is called Leaf Draft Hobby Premium Blasters. So there we go. So that is all that info, of course, is provided in the listing description. All the info that I get from Leaf is in the listing description. We break this product every year, guys. I don't know. Sorry. I do the best I can. I list it as it is, and I know it's a similar name to Leaf Draft, but or Leaf Metal Draft, but it's not Leaf Metal Draft. This is just Leaf Draft, and I don't know why Leaf names them something so close to one another, but they do. So, unfortunately. All right, now let's take a little spin through your info again. So, should be out the door no later than Monday. I'm hoping sooner than that, but should not be later than that. If you did not pull a hit in here, meaning an autograph, you are still going to get a package. It will have your unopened base packs in it. Everybody, whether you hit somebody in here with an autograph or whether you didn't, everybody's going to get a big chunk of those unopened base packs. We do that the same way every year because there's no sense in opening the base packs since the hits are packaged separately. That way they're sent to you and you guys can decide what, if anything, you want to do about it. So our upcoming breaks, this is how it looks in the weeks ahead, or in the days ahead, I should say, the upcoming week ahead. So tomorrow night it is Donruss Baseball. It is a half case break. It is break number 4, the back half of a case. On Friday, Inception Baseball. This is break number 1 of Inception. That is its release day. We're going to break a full 16-box case of it. On Saturday, it is Heritage Baseball by the half case. That is the back half of a case as well. Sunday night is an off night. Then on Monday night, we're going to open Inception Baseball again. I actually meant to kind of list football there and messed up and didn't enlist baseball again. So we'll get into some football probably Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll do maybe a few days in a row of football since we've had quite a bit of baseball right here in a row. So 'tis the season for it to work that way. But I usually don't like to go that many days with no football breaks. So we'll try to get that wrapped up and fixed up along Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in there. We'll look at doing maybe some Contenders Optic, Panini One, stuff like that. We'll start working back into the calendar middle of next week, okay? And that, Edward, you are asking me about Flawless. You said... Yeah, Flawless, of course I'm going to break Flawless when it comes out, but I think it got moved too. If you hang on one second, hang on, Edward, and I've got that calendar from Friday laying on my desk, and I will grab it. So hang on one second. Now keep in mind that this may still change several more times, okay? This may not at all in any way be final. This is just the most recent as of this past Friday. So they moved Noir Basketball to Tax Day, April 15th. They moved Court Kings Basketball to April 29th. National Treasures Basketball to May 13th. Prism Draft Picks Collegiate Football moved to Friday the 27th, so a week from this Friday. And National Treasures Football moved to, Well, that show's also next Friday, March the 27th. So I don't know if they'll keep both of those for that day or not, but I kind of think they will, because I think I saw that they've already done or are doing the first off the line. And usually when they do that, it's a pretty good indicator. So probably next Friday, we'll have Draft Picks Collegiate Football and National Treasures Football. That's what I am expecting, that those two probably won't move again. And then to answer your question about Flawless Football, Edward, it shows on here that it will come out Wednesday, April the 1st. Now that, again, that may move, but that is what it shows right now. Flawless Football being Wednesday, April the 1st. I already changed the camera, didn't I? So how much is that? Hopefully that shows up reasonably well. So that's the last one that I got, but that's probably going to change, because it almost always does. But other than next Friday, I do think those two next Friday probably will really come out then, which is Draft Picks Collegiate and NT Football. Probably really will be the 27th. Unless something else major comes along and the government requires, something else to shut down. And then that would maybe change. So, I don't know. But anyway. Unknown Chef, you're going to burn yours when the apocalypse hits. Is that what you're going to use to keep warm? The base cards from Leaf Draft? Well, I can't say that I would fault you for that. I understand what you're saying there. I mean, I'm not a big base card fan myself, but hey, there are plenty of people that build sets, and there are plenty of people that get them graded when they're the high prospect kind of guys. They'll get the base cards graded and stuff, so there's plenty of people that like them too, but anyway, all right, guys and gals, that is it for me tonight. Thank you for being here. Always appreciate you. And, of course, we'll be back at it tomorrow night. If I don't see you then, I hope I will see you again sometime soon. In the meanwhile, stay safe. Try not to go crazy from boredom being stuck in your house. And we'll get back at it tomorrow. All right, we'll see you then. Bye now.